Andrea, and this is Hello Drea. As you can see, I have my handy dandy journal with me and my pen because today we're going to do some journaling and some sorting out. Well, we're not going to. I'm going to after I stop talking to you. But I wanted to get on here today and make a timely video. I know you guys have not heard from me in maybe like a month or so. I am sorry about that. I have a lot of stuff going on, and that's really all I'm going to say about that. The other thing is that I have been focused on trying to build myself on other platforms, and therefore I haven't had as much time to dedicate to YouTube and full-length content. But today just felt like a really good day to make a video. I've been wanting to get outside all day and be in nature all day, so I figured what better thing to do than to get dolled up with a nice little no makeup look and talk to y'all about one of my favorite artists, Megan Thee Stallion. Now, normally I don't get involved in her or anybody else's love life seriously, just because my only real focus in terms of romantic stuff is my own life, obviously. But I wanted to point out kind of some of the patterns that I see in her relationship, or at least like maybe the last few. The guy before Klay, I don't really know what happened with them or why they broke up, but whether he cheated or not, really the point that I want to drive home in this video is that I just think someone who is like as ambitious as she is, or as enigmatic as she is, and just kind of like has her own life and her own thing and her own energy, I think it's just going to be really hard for her to find someone that can, one, fully appreciate that, and two, someone who isn't just altogether kind of repelled by it. The bad news is I tried to record this video like 2 times and it didn't work out because I was out of storage. Good news is, though, the sun is now like directly on me, so I'm sure I look like an ethereal goddess, which is wonderful. So it was worth the wait. But again, for the 3rd time, I know this is your first time hearing it, but it's my 3rd time recording it, so I'm sorry that I'm just so over it. But for the 3rd time, as I was saying, I did not like the discourse that was going on when Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson were still dating and still together. The reason being is because the discourse of like, oh, see, she got her happy ending, like she got picked by him despite her past and all that stuff. I don't like that, because it still puts the onus on a man to like vindicate her or validate her, and she doesn't really need that. What someone like her and anybody similar to her is going to have truly, because they are so polarizing as people, they're going to ultimately, like, their happy ending is not going to look like everybody else's. Like a woman with no motion and a man with no motion, or a woman with no motion and a man with slight motion, they can be madly in love together. It's going to take a lot more to impress somebody like Megan Thee Stallion, or just anybody who generally like has their own identity or their own just like their own life outside of dating and like looking for someone to complete them. The ultimate happy ending for her is not going to be the man, the marriage, none of that. It's going to be loving herself and accepting that whether she gets that textbook happy ending or not, she's still like valuable and worthy of love, and ultimately the most important thing would be for her to love herself. The other thing about it is, like, it's 2026. Like, we already know that viewing men as the completion point for women's lives, or like viewing them as the final authority on whether or not your like existence as a woman is valid, we already know that that's like not something to do. So I don't even know why it was coming up in the first place. Like, even if it does seem like he's like fucking Prince Charming or something, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter, because they all can disappoint you. Anyone outside of you has the capacity to disappoint you. So like, the conversation should never be, oh, this is the end, this is it, this is as good as it gets because this person is here. Like, that should never even be a thought. But especially knowing what we know in 2026, it definitely should not be a thought. Those are my thoughts on it. Like, knowing what we know in 2026, no woman alive should be like, yes, I was picked, she was picked, so that means she's good. I was picked, so that means I'm good. Like, why would we even do that? Also want to like draw attention to kind of drive this point home on the whole, like, he can be disappointed even if you're like the best possible woman alive, is the fact that she mentioned his mood swings. And I think, of course, a lot of that was probably attributed to like jealousy, or just, you know, he probably saw like the type of love she gets publicly. Like, being that close to somebody, if you are not an already like confident person, if you're not a secure person, being around somebody like Megan Thee Stallion that intimately all day, that's not going to fare well for you. Like, maybe it'll be okay for like a little while, but it's only a matter of time before, if you're not secure with yourself, you would be exhausted by both the energy that she exudes and the energy that she most likely receives. So, yeah, mood swings constantly. That's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a major red flag. And it's always like, the aim of stuff like that is always to kind of like trick you out of your spot, you know, just make you feel like you're doing too much, or you're annoying, or the attention you get is just like overwhelming, or it's too much. And it ultimately just, I feel like it aims to shrink you a little bit. So I didn't want to forget to mention that. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get on here and make more long form content. I just have had a lot going on, and I've been trying to get established on other platforms, and I'm learning to be a lot easier on myself, seeing as I'm the only person to film and edit everything, do my own makeup, do my own hair, do everything. I'm taking it very easy on myself. At the end of the day, it's not work ethic that's the problem. I literally just don't have a team, so I'm not going to wear myself out anymore. Like, I simply refuse. I'm sorry.